Hey babes, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be chatting about the luxury handbags that are no longer in my handbag collection. Full disclosure, this video is not trashing any of these bags. It's also not telling you that you shouldn't buy them yourself or add them to your luxury handbag collection. It's simply a rundown of why they are no longer in my personal collection and why they no longer fit my lifestyle. I do think this is an important video to share with you because I think you need to know the good and the bad and why sometimes things just evolve and change and no longer stick around because they don't serve us anymore. So without further ado, let's get to it. First up, if you've been around here for a while, this one might come as a complete shocker. And it is was my Louis Vuitton Speedy 25 in the Damier Ebene. This is a bag that I loved and thoroughly utilized. I did take care of her. She was in amazing condition. I've made several videos on this bag, so if you are interested in the size or that print, make sure to check those videos out. This is still a bag that I highly recommend. It is a workhorse if you are looking for a great everyday bag. For me personally, the reason that I chose to let go of this bag was simply because of the print. The Damier Ebene just no longer sang to me. It just wasn't something that I wanted in my wardrobe anymore. I don't currently own a Speedy. Would I add a Speedy back? Yes, absolutely. I still think this is one of the best Louis Vuitton handbags to add to any collection. I think that this is one that is a true historic piece for the brand, and I think for any luxury handbag collector, it's a perfect one for the collection. The Damier Ebene just no longer suit me. Sticking with the Damier Ebene, another handbag that is no longer in my collection is the Neverfull MM, also in Damier Ebene. This is one that just was not me, and I also grew tired of the particular cherry red interior, if you will. So this bag I had to let go because I just felt like it was a waste. Is the Louis Vuitton Neverfull a tote that you should definitely still own? 1000% yes. In fact, I added this back to my collection this past Christmas with the Louis Vuitton Neverfull MM in the classic monogram print. So she's a keeper, she's definitely staying. Damier Ebene just no longer worked for me. A bag that I thought I would never ever get rid of, never say those words because you will eat them, and that was the Gucci Disco Soho in the rose beige. This one was near and dear to my heart. This was one that my husband actually purchased for me, but this one here I began to kind of worry about, and the reason for that was I could just kind of see where on the edges, even though I was super careful with it, I could see that over time that leather was going to be peeling. I could just see it kind of wearing down. And for me personally, I just felt like it wasn't enough in terms of the space and the size. What I love, what I miss, and what I do regret about letting go of this bag was indeed the color. That was and still is to this day one of the best neutral tan colors ever, because it was like the perfect neutral. It wasn't too warm, it wasn't too cool, it was just a perfect neutral. I just thought that this bag was one that while it still had really great value, and it did, I didn't lose really anything on that bag, and because of that, that was probably the primary reason why I decided to let it go, move on. My hubby was like, you know what, let it go, it's okay. Move on to something else that you're gonna love even more. And so therefore that one I let go because I just didn't think that she was gonna hold up. A bag that became a mistake probably very quickly was the Palm Springs Mini. This is a beautiful bag. I love the fact that you have the monogram print with the black leather. It's like a win-win in terms of a fail-safe bag that you don't really have to worry about or baby. But speaking of baby, that's why I let this bag go. It just felt too tiny for me. It felt like a teenager or a little girl size bag. And for you, please don't take offense to that. That is not that I mean if I see it on someone else that I think that. I just felt for me personally, that's the way I felt when I wore it. So because of that, I just felt like she needed to go. Okay, so this next one is not a handbag, but I felt like it was important to mention, and it's the only pair of shoes currently that I have let go of that I haven't revealed on my channel, and that was my classic Dior Ballet flats. Do I love these shoes and do I think they're stunning? Yes. However, I actually on this, I'm gonna eat my words here. I said that I wasn't gonna tell you anything that I don't think that you should purchase, but I am gonna say that right here. The Dior flats, the classic sling back flats, do not bend very well, and they are very, very stiff. And because of that reason, I don't necessarily think that they are the best bang for your buck, because you're not going to wear them very often, or at least I don't think most of us would. I do think if you got a Kitten Hill or even the pump, I think you would utilize those more. The flats, just for me, became something that I thought was just not very comfortable and just was sitting around in the closet wasting space, and I thought that was silly. Time to let her go, or time to let those go, and so I did. Okay ladies, this next one actually frustrates me, and it was the Felicie Pochette in the turtle dove color. So hear me out on this one. I am still a strong advocate for this bag. I'm also still a strong advocate of the turtle dove color. I love that color. I think that it is one of the most luxurious colors besides the classic Louis Vuitton monogram that Louis Vuitton offers in a leather bag or leather color. Beautiful bag. I think that if you want something that gives you a big bang for your buck, it's a great one because you have a lot of inserts on the inside that you can use with this bag, or you can put them in other bags. Kind of started making me feel like the Palm Springs Mini. Again, do I feel this way when I see it on other people? No, I still see it and I think, oh my gosh, the bag is stunning. Why did I let go of her? The chain is beautiful. You can mix it with other things if you add other Louis Vuitton bags. I just felt like a little girl, and even my husband said, you know, do what you want to do. He doesn't care what I have in my collection, and he will definitely comment on things. I've even thought about doing a video with him one day of having him rate my bags. Now, not the ones that he has purchased for gifts. That wouldn't count. Or maybe I still should let him weigh in on those. But nevertheless, I thought that would be a fun video one day. What do you guys think? Would that be fun to do? Like have him rate the bags, or just tell us right off the cuff like what his thoughts are? I don't know what it was mentally about that bag too, but I just felt small. I felt young, and there's nothing wrong with feeling young. We want to feel young, right? But it just didn't level up the way that I expect my handbags, and the way you should expect your handbags to make you feel too. You want to feel really elevated. You want to feel elegant. You want to feel powerful. And if the bag is not doing that, then perhaps it's just not the right one. The Prada Arc. Okay, disclaimer here. I did not sell this bag. However, I'm updating you to let you know that right after I filmed the video of unboxing that bag with several other items from Prada, which is a fun one. If you haven't seen that one, check it out. There's some great pieces in that video, and that bag is still a great bag. But after I rewatched my video, I really got bugged by the interior of that bag. And I told you guys in that video too to be careful of it. I knew that that was an issue, and mine wasn't terrible like some of the other videos I've seen around that bag, but it still irked me to be paying that much money for a bag and having the interior to be flimsy and loose. It just kind of felt like it wasn't taut, if that makes sense. And I just was like, you know, I can't do this. So I contacted Prada, no ifs, ands, or buts. They were very understanding, very kind, no problems with returning that bag, because I did return it within the time frame. This is still a bag that I would consider adding back because I do like that cognac color, and I do not have that in my collection in terms of a bag. So that is something that I still would recommend. I think it's a great bag. I think it's very functional. I think the color is beautiful. And now they've added so many colors within the Prada Arc. While I have not let go of her yet, this is a bag that I am considering letting go of, and I really want to know your thoughts. I think she's classic for the Celine brand. I think she's beautiful. I love the Triumph logo there on the front. This is one that I've just found is showing up with more cons for me than pros, and I don't know. I feel like this was a miss by chance, and so I want to know your thoughts. Should I hang on to this bag, or should I also let this one go and make room for something else? All right, ladies, don't spit your tea or your coffee out on this next one. It is a double whammy. And it was my Louis Vuitton Pochette Metis, not only in empreinte, but also the monogram. Let me explain. To this day, the videos I've made around my Pochette Metis have been some of my most watched videos. It's still great to go back and watch those, especially if you're considering adding these bags. Do I still recommend the Pochette Metis? 1000% yes. Do I recommend the empreinte leather? Absolutely. Do I recommend the monogram? Absolutely. This is one that I took my time deciding on whether or not to let them go, and I didn't let them go both at the same time. I started with the empreinte leather because, believe it or not, I started carrying the monogram for a while more than the empreinte leather. But eventually I found myself reasoning with why these bags were just personally no longer fitting my lifestyle. And the reason was I personally just got tired of the clasp on the front. It's still one of the best bags, I think, to this day that Louis Vuitton makes. I think that it is so versatile, it is so multifunctional, but it just, for me, got to a place where I was like, I'm not feeling it anymore. I'm at a place now in my life where I want zippers just in and out, just boom, boom. I need it easy. I don't want to think about it. I don't like the latches. Now watch, I'll probably eat my words and buy something later with the latch. I don't know. And this honestly is something too where I've slightly regretted not the empreinte, believe it or not, which was like my ride or die. I've mentioned that before, but the monogram is one that I've kind of missed only because it goes with a lot of things. Like, for example, this top that I'm wearing today, I could easily put the monogram on with this and it would look stunning. But you know what? It's okay because the monogram, if I ever wanted to add it back, I easily could do so. But for now, both of my Pochette Metis bags are gone. As promised in my Chanel 19 mistake video, I told you that I would give you part 2 and the rest of the saga, if you will. And because we're in this video here, you've probably already guessed it, that the Chanel 19 is no longer in my collection. But I really want to break down and tell you why. This is still absolutely a beautiful bag. She is stunning, and I do believe she is a classic for the brand. Just began to weigh down heavily on me, and physically, like, it was bothering my collarbone. You know what? I think if I would have started with the classic flap first, I probably would have never added the Chanel 19. Another potential bag on the chopping block is my Dior book tote. I'm on the fence about this one, and I really would love to hear your thoughts. Is this one that you feel like I should keep? I know some people think that with the scandal that went down with Dior, they feel like that's the one that was cheaply made. I actually personally don't think that that is the one that they were referring to. I don't think that that was ever truly mentioned, and honestly, like, I can't bear that burden. I can't carry that weight. I don't agree with anything like that, and I do feel like that is all being cracked down on, as it should with any brand if stuff like that is happening. But nevertheless, I don't think the Dior book tote is the one that they were referring to with all of that. The only reason that I have considered selling that bag right there is because she's a very unique bag. And I knew that when I bought it, but it's not one that you're gonna carry like all the time. It doesn't have an additional strap, and I feel like where I went wrong with this bag is I feel like if you're gonna get the Dior book tote, you might as well go big. Go big or go home, and this is the medium one. I do love it for several reasons, being a medium size, but I feel like if I would have gotten the large one, then I would have been able to fit that one over on my shoulder a little bit better. So what do you guys think? Should I keep it? Should I let it go? What are your thoughts? I do love it because she's taupe and black, and I love taupe and black. Speaking of black, one other bag that I thought I would never get rid of that I am considering is my Celine micro luggage tote. The Celine micro luggage tote, I do love that bag. I have had strong feelings towards that bag because I've had her for a very, very long time, and she's stunning. She is an original by Phoebe Philo, and that's also why I've kept on to her, but it's one that I'm not carrying it as much as I used to, and I've mentioned before in several videos about that one that it did not come with an extra strap, and so it makes it a little bit difficult to utilize that bag. When it comes to luxury handbags or with anything in your wardrobe, whether it's shoes, a blazer, accessories like belts or earrings, make sure that you love them. Make sure that they make your heart sing. Make sure when you're purchasing bags too that you purchase ones that you can see in your collection or your wardrobe for a very long time. Don't choose bags as investments to turn around and sell. Invest in pieces that are really good, high quality, and they're beautiful and you love them, but not with the intent to turn around and sell them, because things certainly can swing very quickly within the market and you might lose money on your handbag. So don't go in it with that type of aspect. Choose the bag because you love it and because you want to wear it and you want to feel good when you wear it. I want to share with you, babes, what I'm wearing today. I have on my Chanel CC earrings. I love these. They're so fun and so easy to wear. Dress up, dress down, they're perfect. And I have on just two simple diamond, well, they're not simple, my diamond wedding band. I have a marquee as well. I've not worn her in quite some time because I need to get her repaired and I'm just too afraid to wear her until I do so, but I have on my diamond wedding band, and then my pave ring that Shay bought me on an anniversary trip. They coordinate just really nicely with my earrings. And then the top I have on is from a new brand that I'm absolutely loving. I've added 2 new blouses from this brand. Love this one here with the button detail that kind of goes not crisscross, but just kind of diagonally across the chest. And then the other really amazing thing about this top is that it has a knot, a faux knot, if you will, here in the front and kind of off to the side. So if you have any type of little midsection that you are wanting to hide or just kind of minimize, this works perfectly for that. And it's just a really fun, pretty detail. So regardless of whether you're wearing this with slacks or a pair of denim, this would be a really nice one to wear in the office or casual, especially this time of year when the weather is kind of fluctuating all over the place and it's kind of in between the cool and the warm season. It's really a good one. So if you're interested in any of these items, I will list these. If I can find these pre-loved, I will make sure to list them, and I will certainly list my blouse down below for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Have a fabulous day, and I'll see you in the next video.